Boom.
All right. Welcome, Adrian, and welcome everyone listening and watching in. This is the Forecast Pod, and we are going to try out something new. We have thinking that maybe people don't want to listen to us for 45 minutes every time. So
the original plan was 20 minutes, but we couldn't hold it to that.
Yeah, but now we are really going to try to stretch this. We are releasing something we call the 5-minute forecast. So the idea here is that we have one subject, and then we have 5 minutes, and Adrian will have his stopwatch. And when that buzzes, time is over. So yeah,
I think we might get it. We might get a more of a technical stopwatch in the future, but we're going to use the phone at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that would work as long as we hear the buzzer, and that's the end of it. And no extra 3 minutes because we want to. It's 5 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a countdown. I'm going to say what last minute. Once I say last minute, we're going to go for it. Oh, you ready?
That's perfect. Should we mention the subject before? So the subject of today is a big air world tour, and the main
from the GKA
discussion here is why we don't see it from GKA.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Adrian, start the clock.
Go.
Okay. So, and first question to you: why do you think we haven't seen a big air world kite tour from GKA?
Well, actually, we have seen it before. In 2018, we had the Air Games, which was a competition run which combined big air and freestyle. The reason why it wasn't a success is two reasons. Number one, it was always tapped around areas that never had the conditions, because that's the way freestyle used to be. They'd always be around sponsors. And the people who won that was Mika and Mikali Sol and Bebe. Carlos Mario. Now, those guys are not considered big air riders at all. I think it was just basically glorified freestyle. Actually, that event was actually teed up for Jesse to win, really, if you think of it. And if you heard that podcast I did with Jesse, he was sort of kicking himself that he didn't really win. He sort of choked in the final event because he was up against Bebe. But I think they've tried it. It didn't work. I don't think they're good at running it. And I don't think they have the money.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking about the event they did there as well. And I think that, as you said, combining two so different disciplines. One is, you can have very light winds, and one you need to have like really, really strong winds. Is, I think, really hard. What I would like to see is a dedicated big air kite tour when you actually go to the spots that can bring that. But you mentioned money here, and then because I knew you were going to say that. One thing that I want to ask you about that is, don't you think today it should be easier to get money for a big air kite tour than the freestyle tour?
Absolutely. Yeah, but the GKA specializes in having fixed events over the period of 1 week, right? That's how they do it. They get it. They're more involved with the local governments. They're booked in. They've got a lot of those the events that the GKA put on are high budget events. They've got a lot of crews. They've got live streams. They've got full commentary in the booth, commentary on the field, down on the beach. Sorry, they have a lot going on. For them to stretch that out over what we call a decent competition window to accommodate highs and lows, or wind coming or wind not coming, I think that would cost too much. With freestyle, they are going to places in Brazil where they're going to get the conditions. But high wind, big air, what we want to see is a lot more fickle than low wind freestyle. So I just think that they don't have the budgets to hold the longer windows, to keep the crew there in hotels, fly them around. I just think for them, it's too much.
But don't you think they're opening up for someone other to take over and actually be the world tour that people are talking about? Because freestyle will be there, I'm pretty sure, but in the interest of the public, I think big air will increase, continue to increase and be much more important.
Well, I mean, you're wearing the Big Air Kite League hat there. I think that is the tour that's going to happen. I think Mike is a smart young guy, ambitious. He knows what he wants. He is putting on events that the riders want to ride in. A good example is that Aaron competed in the Big Air League in Cape Town. He doesn't have to compete in those events. for bragging rights, but that's a test. I was just speaking to Tom Court about that, saying that's an actual testament to Aaron as a person, that he just can't help himself but competing. So putting on events like that, like Cape Town, that was such a success. The riders spoke about it. Everyone was excited about it. If he can start duplicating that, I know for a fact that there's events in Europe that were under different names have reached out for Mike to go in there and run them. He's already got the Tarajuba on the books. I'm thinking this year we're going to see 4 events in the Big Air Kite League, plus Cold Hawaii. I think we are on the way.
But if do you think that we need to have, are we going to a situation where we need to have volunteers to be able to pull off a World Kite League? Big Air World Tour?
1 minute left.
1 minute.
Yes, I think so. I think that the Big Air Kite League specializes in community. That's what it's based on, community getting together. They are looking for sponsorship. They are looking for more money to help run these events. But look, you can't start off, you don't start sprinting, right? You got to crawl before you can walk, and then walk before you can run. So the Big Air Kite League Tour, even if this year they get 4 events on, that is going to be a huge success. They're looking to run points. They're looking to have a point system. So it's going to encourage guys to do all the events to score the maximum points to maybe be the Big Air Kite League champion at the end. So look, will it involve volunteers? Absolutely. Maybe for the first couple of years, but that's just the way it's got to happen. 15 seconds. Finish it off.
I think we actually can say that this was a success. The first time, this was the 5-minute forecast.
We actually went early.
Oh yeah, the signal is, yeah.
That was a miracle.
That was a miracle, yeah. And of course, we can continue a long time on this subject, but this was the 5-minute forecast, and I want to thank you, Adrian, for mission completion, and looking forward to doing more of these short ones, of course, as well. Until the next time, see you. Bye.